Especially keen to get some advice is first-time home buyer Michael Fisher. He's discovered the ground rent he has to pay on his property will double every 15 years, something he says developers and his solicitor didn't tell him about when he bought it. He's hoping lawyer Arun Chauhan can help.
Michael, you've travelled from Liverpool to be with us today.
Yes.
So tell me what happened in your case.
So my partner and I bought a home about 2.5 years ago now. The home was a leasehold house. We believed at the time for the ground rent to be £150 per year. But we've since discovered that the ground rent will double every 15 years. That will stop once the ground rent reaches £4,800 a year.
But you knew you'd have to pay ground rent. Did you ask at the time of purchase, would it go up?
No, it was our first home, and it is something that, looking back now, I wish that we have mentioned, but we never spoke to the solicitor. We just received everything through email, and it was only when we saw an article in a newspaper a while ago about a couple looking to sell a home that they couldn't sell, that then we started to worry.
While most houses are sold as freehold, many new builds have been sold as leasehold, so you have to pay rent for the land your house sits on.
For me, there's a real conflict of interest concern around the developer and the solicitor. You will have situations where developers will recommend their own solicitors. It will save you money, and it's absolutely fine. But that solicitor still has to act independently in your best interests to give you correct advice about the contract, your future obligations, your current obligations, and what it means for you, and to take you through that. It seems that none of this was brought to your attention. You obviously had the impression you were going to pay £150 a year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like you had the impression that was going to increase.
Not really, no.
There's been such a groundswell of anger over this issue that one developer of another estate has bought back the freehold so that the homeowners no longer have to pay the rent. So the key here is for Michael and his neighbours to fight back.
Do you think that if they grouped together as a band of people and actually got in touch with either the builder or the solicitor, that they might gain some ground?
I think that's a really good idea. I think a collective action. It's two things. One, everyone's sharing the risk together, but it's also upping the ante for the builder, but also for the solicitors, because there's likelihood the same solicitors active for most of them.
Since filming, Michael has followed this advice and started to rally support from neighbours, and plans to write letters to the developer and his local councillor setting out the problem.